Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I have decided to do a full face drugstore first impressions. Now, this is not exactly how I wanted everything to turn out. I obviously had some duds. I obviously had some wrong colors of things going on. And before we get started, do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below as well as the bell notification so you do not miss any videos from here on out. And without further ado, let's start. I'm so excited. I have been holding these products for so long. It took me a while to gather them all up. I originally had gotten a lot of these products and then I got back home and realized I did not have a full face. So then I ordered some from Ulta. I had to wait for them to get here. So now I have a complete face and I am excited. I got a couple of each different item. Not of every item, but a couple of them. So I might do half a face one foundation, half face the other, etc. So I'm going to put on my little bitty cat ears. Oh god. This cat's got a big forehead. I got the Liquid Camouflage Catrice Cosmetics High Coverage Concealer, lasts 12 hours in the shade 10. So it looks like this right here. Okay, so I am just going to start. Okay, so right off from the jump, for one, I can tell this might not be light enough for me. And two, it's pretty thin. So I'm just going to take my Real Techniques sponge. I had gotten a couple of these at Ulta because they were having such a great deal. I'm going to put just a little bit more. I'm putting more because I'm used to Tarte Shape Tape. Okay, so to set that, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Translucent Powder. Now I have used the translucent loose powder, but I'm just going to go in with a little bit of this on my sponge and just press that in. I don't know how this is going to go with baking. One thing I did forget was a loose setting powder. So, okay, so now we have our eyes set and it's time for me to do this palette. It makes me nervous only because it's a $7 palette. I had already had this to do a video with, so I was like, it's kind of considered drugstore. It's Perfusion brand, which I'm pretty sure is overall a fairly cheap company. So it does come with a little brush that I will definitely not use, but this right here is what it looks like. Now, it's pretty nice. I mean, it has the little shade names on them. It comes with, I guess, a blush topper, 2 highlights. And as far as, the color palette goes, it's pretty. I'm going to go in with the JH32. And I'm going to dip into the shade right here called Bouncy. Now, as far as the fallout goes, it's not as bad as the Jeffree Star Alien palette, which is good. So I'm just going to start to buff this into the highest point of my crease. And it does seem that you can build up the color easily as well. I hope I end up loving this palette because there's always a ton of them at TJ Maxx. Okay, so now that I have my transition shade down, I am going to go into the shade right here. It's called Creeper, and I'm just using the same brush that I did before. And I'm just going to go a little bit below where I placed my first color, just to deepen up that crease. Now this color does seem to be a little bit more patchy, but I'm going to keep going just to see if maybe it was how I was trying to blend it out. I might need to pack it on a little bit more. Not bad. So I'm just going to go back into the shade Bouncy and go over top of what I just did. And it seems to be blended pretty well to me. So now we're going to do the other eye, going into the shade Keeper. Going back into that shade Bouncy, just to blend those edges one more time. So now I am going to get a little bit of a smaller brush. Here's the Morphe 513 brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade right here called Monsoon. Monsoon has a lot of fallout, but it's a $7 eyeshadow palette. And I'm just going to put this on my outer crease. Very pigmented and very pretty though. A lot of times with shades that have a ton of fallout, you have trouble when it comes time to buff and blend them in because they kind of just like will sweep off of your face, but this one doesn't seem to be doing that, which is a plus. Alright, so I'm just taking my brush from before and blending out all harsh lines. The color did kind of pull off, actually, now that I say that. Alright, so now that we have that done, I am going to dip into just a little bit of this black shade right here. The name is Vibes, and I'm going to use the JH34 because it already has a little bit of black on it. Maybe it's like a gray. Okay, not very pigmented. Okay, well the black sucks. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna put some on this outer V right here. Just a little bit. Anybody who knows a black eyeshadow knows that you should not be able to put that much on a brush. So I'm gonna blend that out because it's about to get crazy, I feel like. Pack that Monsoon directly back over top of it. Maybe that will darken it a little bit. Alrighty, so I have my matte shades done. So the eyeshadow has actually gotten pretty muddy as I've gone along. I have a ton of fallout on my cheek. Everything is kind of just blending together in all the wrong ways. So overall, as of right this second, the eyeshadows are not my favorite. I'm going to go in with some shimmers in the palette to see if that's any better. So for my lid, I am going to be using the JH41 brush, and I am just going to use this like coppery burnt shade right here. Maybe some setting spray will help. Just trying to pack this on to my lid. Now, as far as the shimmers go, they definitely perform a lot better than the mattes, but the shimmers have fallout. Maybe I'll do the other eye with my finger and see if... No. Okay, it doesn't even come off of your finger. I'm gonna get the shade. I'm like really digging into the pan too, which is probably why I have a ton of fallout. It's like as soon as the brush isn't wet from setting spray anymore, it doesn't want to do the right thing. So I'm just gonna keep packing, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna stop doing that shimmer and we are gonna, whew, man. And I'm going to dip in this one right here called Conquest and just see if I can make that just a little bit lighter in the center. That shade definitely went on a little bit easier. Now as far as blending it out, I don't know. Maybe the best way to say it is it doesn't layer very well on top of each other. This was not the look that I was going for whatsoever. It is pretty muddy. It did get super muddy up through here when I was going to try to blend everything out. I'm going to use a blank brush with nothing on it just to see. Oh, that's interesting. Do you see that? Do you see what just happened? Okay. Okay, so it's now coming to light. Look at that. It's doing it on both eyes. There's nothing on this brush. This is a clean brush. So it's pulling away from my skin.
So that's terrible?
I guess I'm going to put a little bit more on just so we can cover that up for the video's sake. Wow. It's just getting worse.
Wow. Just wow. Wow.
Alright, so I'm going to leave the eyes alone because those are obviously a complete lost cause. I cannot believe this. So this palette right here is trash. Literally, it's going straight in the trash. I've never in my life had eyeshadows do that. So moving on. I'm gonna hope that the foundation, primer, face, everything on the face treats me a little bit better because this eyeshadow, I freaking can't. I have never, I'm like, mind blown. I've never had an eyeshadow do this. Okay, so like I said before, I'm going to do probably one primer on one side, one on the other, one foundation, one on the other. So for my right side of my face, I'm going to use the Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine Smoothing Refiner for invisible pores and lines. I need this. I have touched it once already, but it's like, it almost feels like Professional in a jar. It's really, really smooth. I may have gotten too much. I don't know how much of this to use. It's already smoothing my face out. We're just going all in with this. I don't know how much to use, but literally you can just like dab your finger like in like this and get enough. And then on the left side of my face, I'm going to be using the Baby Skin Maybelline Primer. I don't know if I even said this in the beginning of the video. These are all products I've never tried, even if they're old. I've never ever gotten around to trying them. So this is a full face first impressions. Even if they're old products, I've never used them. So, or they've been things that I've wanted and just haven't gotten. This one is a clear gel. So let's see. Okay. So this feels very similar, but like a thinner consistency for sure. As far as on the skin goes, it's a little bit smoother. A little bit goes a long way, I can tell you that, because I just got way too much for half of my face. This side has already like dried down pretty well. This one is super smooth and it may stay that way. Okay, so I'm super excited for the foundation. Woo woo. I got the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear Foundation. This has been everywhere for probably like the last week or two. I actually went to Ulta to get it. They didn't have it, so I had to wait to order it. But my like OG like ride or die first foundation when I first started getting into makeup was the Infallible Pro Matte. So I'm super excited to try this just because my skin is it's dry, and before I didn't really care and I would look like the Sahara Desert and just go on with my life. But I did get this one in 2 different shades because I have been self-tanning, so I got it in shade 410 and then in 420. So I'm going to go in with shade 410 first because I have not self-tanned recently. Ooh, already. Okay. So it's thin I'm going to do like 1.5 pumps and let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so it looks really liquidy. Let's see this coverage though. It smells good. I'm scared my foundations aren't going to match from side to side. My foundation never matches my actual skin tone anyway, so I don't know why it matters, but can't tell there's anything on my face, which is a huge plus. I'm going to go in with just like a half more pump, maybe like that. It feels amazing, and my skin doesn't look dry right off the bat, which is a good thing because sometimes foundations will literally like hit my skin and immediately get cakey and disgusting because I do have dry skin. Wow. Look at the difference. This is a beautiful finish on my face. It literally feels like there is nothing on my skin. Absolutely nothing. And it's full coverage with barely any product. 1.5, 2 pumps total. So although this eyeshadow, like what the hell is that? This foundation is freaking bomb. I'm so excited. It is totally worth the wait. It looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, so on the other side of my face, I am going in with the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I have wanted to try this one for even longer than this one because this one's been out forever. And then it has the doe foot applicator like the Shape Tape foundation. This doe foot is huge. I don't even know how to use it. I'm going to dip back in for some more up here. And then maybe just a little bit more right here. If I'm lucky, it will all match. So right off the bat, I can tell that oh, you can see a little bit of my rosacea peeking through right there. This is the L'Oreal side. This is the Revolution side. But right off the bat, I can tell that the Revolution is not as moisturizing, hydrating as the L'Oreal. It does seem to sit on my face a lot differently. So this is the Revolution side. This is the L'Oreal side. Overall, this side just feels much lighter and better than this side already. So let's see how well that works with concealer. Now, I do only have one concealer, the one that I've already put on my eyes to set those. It's the Catrice Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. It doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look very light like I would typically want it to be. So my under eyes are pretty smooth. As smooth as they can really get. So I'm going to go back in with this Fit Me pressed powder and try to go ahead and set my under eyes. I'm so used to baking that this is a little weird. My nose is typically where foundation first starts breaking up on me. I am going to flip the sponge around. I was using this side. I'm going to use this side now and just go in it like this right here and just kind of like press this into my skin. This L'Oreal side feels so light, like I can't even tell if I have, oh yeah, it feels like powder. And this powder, I like this. It doesn't feel as heavy and cakey as a loose setting powder under my eyes, which I do have dry under eyes, so that is one place that always feels kind of heavy to me. Let me know in the comment section down below which side you guys think looks the best. I think the L'Oreal in person, but I don't know exactly how it's picking up on camera. Okay, so for bronzer, I did get 2 different items. I got the True Matte Lumi Bronzer. I probably should have read it before I bought it because it's literally sparkles, which I guess Lumi would tell me that, but I guess I didn't care. And then I got the Wet n Wild Contouring Palette. A lot of people use this. I've never used it. This right here is a brand new product. So yeah, I think I'm going to go in with this one first to try it out, and then I might go in with the L'Oreal over top of it just to give it a little bit of a glow. So I'm just going to dip in with this Morphe M437 brush. Ooh, I'm scared. Pretty quick application. It does seem to be picking up differently on this side, like I have a patch right here. That could be because of different foundation, different, what did I just do right here? Different foundation, different primer. So now that I have my bronzer down, I am going to go in with this Lumi Bronze It. It's called Lumi Bronze It Sun-Kissed Bronzer for Face and Body. We'll probably just have to stick to body because I've already swatched this. I don't know why it's acting like it's closed again. I've already swatched this. It is literally like a dark highlight, so just a little bit of glow. I can't really tell. So next we have blush. And this was probably the most surprising item for me when it came time for me to do a drugstore first impressions and to pick up all this makeup. I have never used this blush. For you guys who do not know what this blush is, this is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. And this is literally the shade that Jaclyn Hill ranted about on her channel for the longest time. I have no idea why there's a fingernail mark in there considering I just took the thing off. But we are going to do this. So I'm going to take the JH04 and I'm just going to, whoa, okay. Okay, so maybe I'm supposed to go like super light-handed if it's that pigmented. Okay, so it's super shiny and super pigmented. We can start there. It does have a really good little color. I'm going to add some of this up here. Huh, that's not bad. So I did get a new product. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist. Dew Mist for face is all it says.
So let me shake it.
Ooh, okay, get closer. I can't feel it. I literally only felt the last two. Okay, so that makes me incredibly nervous, and I'll tell you why. Because I literally didn't feel any of them except for like the last 5, like. So I have the setting spray on. I'm not sure I can tell if I'm dewy or not. I can definitely tell that the blush is dewy. But my face feels dry pretty quick. So for my highlight, I am going to go in with the Milani Strobe Light. Okay, dip, 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 dip. Scrub, maybe. So off the jump, I may need to have a spray tan when I use this, just because it is very gold. Very, very pretty though. I am having to like dig into the pan a lot, just because I like a super, super blinding highlight. And I'm going to try to use this shade right here. I'm going to put a little bit of this on top. This one's called Flashback. So this is pretty crappy too. I was really hoping for the best. I was hoping. Oh. I'm going to take some more on this brush right here, and let's see. God, this is terrible. Okay, so up next we have brows. So the first brow product that I got was the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer. I got this because Jaclyn Hill told me to get this. Okay, so this right here is the packaging. It is one of the fatter like pencils, which I typically don't use. So this will be like a true first impression, not even on like the product itself, but as far as like how to do it. I guess you don't need like a huge spoolie. So this right here is in the shade Medium Brown. So this is what the product looks like. I'm scared already. I don't know how to do these. Do I tilt it this way? How do I use it? How do I use it? Okay, so we do it this way maybe? Oh gosh. Okay, so as far as the product goes, it feels super creamy. I'm excited to see what it does when I decide to spoolie the product back through. It's a really good match for my eyebrows too. Alright, so I'm going to spoolie this back through and see. What it looks like. That does not look too bad. I do have a bald spot in my brow, and that is not the pencil's fault. I really like this brow product, and I was scared because of the applicator itself is kind of like... So the next one I've got is another super popular one. It is the Brow Boss from ColourPop. Now this one is a micro pencil, I believe. Brow Boss. This one is in the shade Brunette. Ooh, this spoolie is better for sure. That is a spoolie right there. Alright, let's see. So this is a tiny little pencil. I'm going to use the other pencil. Not that I don't like that pencil, but this one is much quicker. Wow. I love this brow product. I know I said I was going to use the ColourPop for the front of the brow, but I didn't. This is so quick. I'm going to have to try out this shape in the Anastasia. I've just always been scared to do it, to be honest. I really, really like that. That's good. Cannot believe that I found a brow product that I like just as much as I do the Dip Brow Pomade. Up next is going to be lip products. Lip product. I got this one sent for free with like something from Ulta, so. This is the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the shade Brooklyn Thorn. Let's see. Okay. We went dark on accident. Big accident. This is all that I didn't remember lips at all. But I must say, the formula is great. I do always love NYX. Just about any lip product that NYX does put out. I'm just waiting for it to dry down. It is a liquid lipstick. It almost reminds me of a Jeffree Star liquid lip.
I just give you butthole lips though. Like already.
I must say this eyeshadow has ruined like literally the entire look, but I'm fairly pleased with everything else. As far as the formula goes of this lipstick, I mean, it is super dark, not what I was planning on, but as far as the face, I feel like the face looks really good and dewy, and you can't really tell a difference between either foundation that I use, which is exciting because that means I'll be using both of them. The concealer could be a little bit lighter under my eyes, but the only thing I have left is mascara. I did pick up this Rimmel London Scandal Eyes Reloaded mascara in the shade Very Black. This right here is what it looks like. Ooh, and this right here is the wand, and I am now super excited because I like a big fat fluffy wand. Okay, so I have mascara all over me. Like I've never applied a mascara before. As far as my face makeup goes though, I am so impressed. I like this side better. I'm not gonna lie, this side is my favorite. I am very dewy, very sparkly, very everything, but I'm living for it. The foundation does look a little bit better on this side in my opinion. Now I will be trying it again with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, so I'm sure I'll have like it'll look a little bit better, but overall I'm pretty pleased with how my actual face looks. My eyebrows went great. I'm obsessed with that product. My lips, they're still a little bit tacky, but I would probably end up purchasing this in a different shade, not like a gray, brown, whatever you want to call it. The eyeshadow is terrible. 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 I mean, freaking mascara couldn't have saved this look if it wanted to. But it is what it is. This right here is the final look. Overall, I really liked just about every product except for the eyeshadow, obviously. But nothing really failed me. I do have, you know, the two different primers on each side, so I guess I'll see how that wears. But as far as everything else goes, I'm loving it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.